Oh.
What's up, YouTube?
We're married!
We did it. COVID has nothing on us. So, let's start with you. What's your name?
My name is Brendan.
I'm Kendra.
And we are the Harberts.
Aww.
Oh, I love being able to say that.
That's so cute.
I've been saying like my wife all week, and I just love being able to say that finally.
It is. It's so nice. So, we wanted to film today.
Wait. We're missing something.
What?
Here you go, sweetheart.
In our nice wifey and hubby cups.
Yeah, you can't call me that though.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. So I have to say husband, and he gets the nice shortcut of wifey. Okay, so we wanted to film today because we just got some questions based upon how we made our decision to continue with our wedding on May 2nd instead of completely postponing it. So we thought this would be a perfect opportunity to start up a YouTube channel because we've always talked about starting a YouTube channel just to document like travel and our life together, and then it would be fun to look back at when we have a family one day and then to document that as well. So
we put out an open Q&A request on our social pages, and we got like 10 really good questions.
So with the questions, we kind of ordered them in like the timeline of our relationship together.
Yeah.
First one is, how did we meet?
You want me to tell a story, or would you like to?
You got it, but
I'll try and tell it
keep
as good as I can. If you don't know, work for a company called Great Life Golf and Fitness here in Sioux Falls. It is a gym and golf course and bowling and a lot of other stuff, but mostly has gyms and golf courses around Sioux Falls. I started as a trainer there in 2015, so actually 5 years ago, like tomorrow. She had been working out there for a while, and I had been seeing her stuff post up in my timeline because she was just local. So I followed her, and then she followed me.
I didn't really know who he was, so I was like, kept seeing him like my pictures because I try and post every day about my fitness journey when that was a thing, and then I kept seeing him like my pictures, so I clicked on his profile, and I was like, who is this guy?
And then she scrolled down about 8 weeks and liked one of my photos of me in our main location. Either this girl accidentally liked my photo, or she's trying to give me the biggest hint ever. So then I saw that she was prepping for a show, and I was used to competing men's physique stuff, so I was like, I'm just gonna message her about prepping and competing.
Yep.
So then I messaged her, and I kind of just was, easy and cool about it. I'll post a picture of our conversation in the corner. It was like a normal conversation about competing and stuff. It was going really well. I was really pumped up because I had a major crush on you by this point. And then she stopped answering. She just forgot to respond. So then I'm sitting here. So then I'm like crushed. I'm like waiting all day for her to respond to me. She never responds. And that was before you could see if they had read your message or not. So then the day before I was about to go to Disney World with my family, she direct messaged me on Twitter. And I was like, I got her. And then we talked, and then we went on our first date about a month later.
Yep.
To Grill 26 here in Sioux Falls. And then we went and worked out afterwards. And then we went for a nice walk at Falls Park.
Number 2, when did you know you were meant for each other?
First date.
I feel like it was probably when we were both working to compete together, just because I saw his work ethic, and we both kind of worked together and pushed each other to get to the point where we could step on stage, and it was just really fun to grow together in that. And I could see we both prioritized our health. I think it's important to both of us, as we've both talked about it. We both find our health really important. You only have one body, so you should treat it with respect and fuel it the right way. And we both like to exercise and be active.
Yeah, it was a big thing for me that she was into not really competing, because I didn't really care about that aspect. It was more of the working out aspect and taking care of yourself. That was a big thing for me in finding someone. So.
Yeah, and I think another thing for both of us is that we're both very independent people.
Very independent people.
I can't handle like the clinginess, like having to constantly do everything together, be with each other all the time. Like I like my own space, he likes his own space, and we kind of thrive in that aspect, but we also push each other in the best way that we can be. So
yeah. Short term answer, she knew about a few months after, and I knew about 8 minutes into the drive to the restaurant.
Solid. Okay.
When you know, right?
I guess, yeah.
I just really liked
It's
you.
faster for you.
I really liked
It's okay. How did COVID change your wedding plans?
Well, completely.
100%. So our wedding date was May 2nd, and there was what do you call it, an ordinance in place?
Yeah.
So we could only have 10 people at gatherings, which makes that super hard.
It kind of went like ordinance like 50.
Yep.
It was like 250 and then 50 and then 10.
Yeah.
So we were kind of just watching it like
get smaller and smaller.
What?
And we invited like over 300 people
Right.
to our wedding. So we kind of knew from that start when that 251 came out that we were going to have to figure something out.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get married and start our life together on May 2nd. And we wanted to keep our original date of May 2nd just because we had ordered like a custom Unity cross thing, and that was important for us.
And it's, you know, once you set a date, like that's the date you always think of, and you don't want to have it all of a sudden your wedding date's April 27.
Right.
And I mean, not that it matters because you're getting married, but we wanted to just keep the May 2 date because that was an important date to us.
Yeah.
So, as you know, then we got married May 2, and then we are going to be having a big celebration August 28th. Still figuring out the details of how it's going to work because obviously we're not going to just have a mock wedding just to have it for fun.
Right.
We're going to be figuring out what we want to do exactly to make it special, but still have some of the same aspects of a full-blown normal wedding because there are things that, you want to remember because,
Right.
It's a big deal.
Right, exactly. So on May 2nd, we didn't just go to a courthouse and sign papers. We did have a ceremony with just our family, immediate family, at my church with my pastor, and we did have our photographer there. We can put a couple pictures up from the day that he captured for us. And it was an awesome day. We had a great time. Our family worked really hard to make the day super, super special, along with bridesmaids and groomsmen.
Yeah.
They all worked together to make it special, and it was everything we ever wanted.
It wasn't plan A, but it was a really, really, really perfect plan B.
It was really special, and
It
that's
was.
all we could have asked for.
We had a drive-by little reception thing where people could drive by, say congratulations, talk to us a little bit while still maintaining, social distancing. And honestly, I love that. Like that was amazing. I
It was
don't know
really
if
fun.
it was just we were all so happy and stuff, partly, but also because you haven't been able to see so many people in so long that it's like, I miss you. And,
Yeah,
it's just
it
nice
was
to
a
be able
lot
to
of
see
fun.
people. So it was a perfect day.
What were the emotions leading up to and after the wedding? For me, leading up to the wedding was incredibly stressful because, as you know, girls dream of their wedding day their whole life, and you have this perfect picture in your mind of what you want on your wedding day, and things kept changing. It was kind of like a cycle. Like something would change, and then the next day it was completely different, and then the next day was completely different. So it was just overwhelming for me.
Plus you're a nurse.
Plus, I am a nurse on the designated COVID unit at our hospital, so seeing that firsthand on the front lines was just eye-opening as a brand new graduate nurse.
Mm-hmm.
So I was stressed in that aspect and also stressed about making sure our day was perfect for us. But afterwards, we couldn't be happier, and we're so happy that we went forward with getting married on May 2nd with just our immediate family, and we're so excited to celebrate with everyone on August 28th.
From my perspective, it was the emotions. Obviously, it was hard. Like no one really knew what was going to happen, and I think like myself, along with probably everybody else, you kind of get sucked into everything a little bit too much, and you kind of start to focus on just the negative aspect of everything. So that was really hard for a few weeks because you just didn't know what was going to happen. I was more concerned for Ken than anything because, like she said, girls grow up dreaming about their wedding day. Guys, obviously, it's very important for men as well. It is very important, but we don't grow up dreaming about, our wedding day, what we're gonna wear, how the day's gonna go, spending it with your friends. Like, that's just not what guys focus on a ton.
Right.
So I was more worried about, Ken and making sure that she had the best day possible. And when we didn't even know if we were gonna be able to have family at the wedding, that was hard.
It was
We
definitely hard.
thought maybe it would just have to be us and the pastor. Like that was a little scary. It was a little hard. Obviously, the end result's what's important, but I wanted to make sure that, Ken had the perfect day because, she's my bride. It was like the perfect day. It was literally, I could not have, you're beautiful, obviously. You're always
Thanks.
beautiful. But, just watching you just glow and radiate happiness was just better than anything else I could have imagined.
It's kind of hard to explain, honestly, like your feelings after. I feel like we were just like overjoyed and happy, and it gets just hard to put into words. I feel until you can say that you've overcome all these like obstacles and we're married now and we're able to start our life together. And
it's just a surreal feeling to be married and to know that, we're partners for life now,
Yeah, it is like a weird, like, I think you said this earlier this week, a weird, like, new responsibility you have as a husband and as a wife.
We both have someone else to take care of now.
Yeah.
Did we even answer the question?
Yeah. What were the emotions?
Okay.
Peaches or pears?
I'm gonna have to go pears, but only if you put Jell-O powder on it.
Jell-O powder?
You ever done that? It's delicious. You know, like Jell-O powder where you mix in water to make Jell-O?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna skip me. That's fine.
I say peaches.
No.
But, I like peaches better than pears. I don't know.
I respect your wrong opinion.
There's no discussion there. It's just what I like better. Did COVID change anything in your lifestyle as a couple?
I guess we didn't see each other as much the last few weeks before our wedding as we obviously would have liked. But obviously the weeks prior to our wedding, information was changing all the time, so we didn't know if we could be together. We didn't know if we should spend time together before we moved in together.
Right.
So
we were being super cautious too, because I am a nurse and so I'm working with these patients, and I didn't want to infect any of our family members, like if I were to get it, just because I feel like that would have completely made our wedding even harder to have. So we did just stay pretty secluded from each other the couple weeks leading up to our wedding.
It affected you because your job is working with COVID people, and it affected me because I didn't know for sure what was going to happen with, Sioux Falls in general, because if the city shuts down, what am I going to do for a job? What is Great Life going to do? I do my own media business as well. What's going to happen with, doing shoots? Because it's true though, like no one knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And obviously I feel like we handled the stress really well.
I
also feel like it was really hard to deal with the stress.
Yeah, something unique kind of about where we're at is we live in South Dakota, and South Dakota is one of the few states that never shut down.
Which is great.
So it is great, and I feel like it's helped us.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, we were not ever really in quarantine. We were just practicing social distancing and being mindful of hand washing and being clean, cleanly, and whatever.
Yeah.
We got it. Oh, I thought I was going to spill that.
Spill it.
What is the worst and best aspect of being quarantined together as a couple?
We never were quarantined, so we can't really answer that. I guess if we had to stay home all day, every day together, and you didn't have to work or something, I don't know. I don't feel like we'd have any issues.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't think we'd have any issues at
I
all.
can just go work and get my stuff done. Like I said, we're independent people, so it's not like one of us is clingy. So if we didn't see each other for a few hours during the day, we'd be fine.
Okay, how do you keep the passion after being married for a week?
It's hard, man. I'm just kidding. Ask us in 10 years.
Yeah.
Good question, Brandon.
Biggest adjustment since being married? What do you think it is for you?
Taking my shoes off before I come into the house, cleaning my dishes within 2 days of using them, not throwing my clothes on the ground, my house smelling like a female. You have a ton of stuff all over. I have so much stuff. I can't play the drums throughout the day randomly. I can't sing randomly throughout the day. I can't talk to myself anymore.
Okay, well, he still does all of the above, basically. He's fixed his dishes. You're doing really well with that stuff.
Thank you. I'm trying my best.
He still sings all the time.
Yeah.
You still talk to yourself.
Do I?
Yeah. I don't care if you do that.
You don't talk to yourself. What?
For me, I think sleeping in the same bed. So he likes to take the covers and he holds them. And rolls over, so he's all wrapped up as a cocoon.
Like a burrito.
Yeah. Then it leaves me with no blankets. And we also like to sleep with it really cold. So then I freeze.
The first night. The first night. I woke up. I was great. I felt amazing. I'm all wrapped up in the comforter. And Kenner's over here with a blanket from the couch. And I'm like, are you okay?
Just a thin blanket. And it's 60 degrees in here. 68, I think is what it was.
I'm sorry. We got a new comforter.
We're making progress because this morning we both woke up with the comforter covering
We're
us.
getting there.
So we're making progress.
That's been our biggest issue as a couple, so I think we're doing good.
Another huge adjustment is Brendan eats a lot of food.
She is mind blown at how much hamburger meat I can eat in one day.
He eats 2 pounds of hamburger meat in one day. That's more than I eat in a week.
I am big.
What is your favorite memory from your wedding day? Did you?
Favorite memory? Watching you walk down the aisle and how beautiful you looked and how happy you looked that day. You were just radiating happiness. That was just something that It just makes me feel good when I think about it. I think my favorite memory, honestly, is knowing that you had a great day. That's stupid? Is that dumb? Like, knowing that you had a great wedding day makes me feel really happy.
Obviously, seeing Brendan at the end of the aisle when I was
sitting there
walking in with my
cheesing.
dad, I could tell he was tearing up a little bit, which made my heartstrings pull a little bit, but
Just a little bit.
I think it was your parents that set up we let off balloons. We had a
Oh,
balloon
yeah.
release, and I thought that was really special just because we weren't able to have our actual like wedding day release, but they made it special in that aspect
That
and
was such a great day.
did their own little, what's that called? Exit. Our exit. They had white balloons and then they released them as we walked through.
I really have to be.
Okay, let's pause quick. How have you been passing the time during quarantine?
We're not in quarantine, but we do like to watch Full House.
And I like to clean.
She's like Danny Tanner off Full House.
He has told me that a couple of times, but to be fair, Brendan has been living in this house for over a year by himself, so it's basically turned into his bachelor pad.
And it smells like beef.
Yes. Because he eats 2 pounds of beef a day, so he makes tons of beef. Anything fun planned since you couldn't go on your honeymoon?
Yes, we have a lot of fun planned. The first thing we're doing is in June, we are going to the Black Hills, which if you're not from around the area, I know a lot of people think South Dakota just is like open like grassland. No, the Black Hills is a genuinely really cool area. You see National Treasure 2, that's where Mount Rushmore is. Where we're gonna go is back to National Treasure 2. You know when they're on top of Mount Rushmore and there's apparently a lake on there, which there isn't, by the way. It's Sylvan Lake. That's where we're going.
A little like studio cabin that has like a kitchen, kitchenette.
It's like a tiny home.
It's cute.
It'll be really cute. We have for 2 nights, or we're kind of both the weekend trip kind of people. I don't mind being gone for a week, but I'd rather do more little mini vacations, going places for like 2 or 3 days than just be gone once for 1 week. So we were gonna go to the Marco Islands for our honeymoon, but obviously
Plans
COVID-19.
changed.
So we decided just to take a little mini vacation to the Black Hills, beautiful area. And then we're hopefully gonna go to Utah at some point, depending on if we can get flights out there.
Yeah.
We want to go
St.
to
George.
St. George, Utah, and we're gonna go to hopefully Zion National Park.
Yeah.
And then anything else we have planned? We want to go back to Colorado, but that's an easy drive.
We could honestly get a flight though.
Yeah, you can get flights to Denver really cheap too.
Yeah,
Go back to
yeah.
Rocky Mountain National Park. And then we just watched the Netflix series,
Outer Banks.
and that's in North Carolina. We want to go there now because we just saw that it looks so cool. So we want to go visit there.
We have lots of future trips that we will be documenting on YouTube, so subscribe below.
Please.
Okay.
Are we done?
Yeah, that was the last question.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. We're the Harberts. So, about 8 seconds ago, we decided that at the end of every YouTube video, we're going to end it with our secret handshake.
We made this up in like about 8 seconds and it's stuck, so it's now a tradition.
Yep, it's going to be passed down for generations. Bye.
See ya!
We're
What's up,
married!
I'm gonna start and then we're gonna say we're married.
One more time. We're married!
No, we're gonna jump in, I'm gonna say, what's up YouTube? And you're gonna say,
I think we just
we're
found an
married.
intro. Go!